Hey everyone, it's me. I am back for another video. I recently joined a Facebook group called Junk Journal Junkies 1, and through that I have met some amazing women who are so creative and so talented. I don't even know, like, I am not even on their level. They are amazing. So with the stuff that I've been learning from them and seeing them create, I really wanted to make a junk journal. So my niece and I made one for her to take to Florida with her as she's going down there by my other sister. So they will have fun and adventures and she can capture it in that journal. She's also working at a horse camp while she's down there, volunteering, I should say, at a horse camp while she's down there for a few days. So we did a whole signature on horses and all that stuff. It turned out really cute, and I'm really happy that she liked it and she enjoyed making it. I signed up for a beginner swap because I am total novice at this, so might as well start somewhere. So beginner swap, here I come. There's no specifications on the swap. It's a journal your way, and it's no size specifications, no theme to it, pretty much whatever you want to do, just strictly for beginners. I wound up getting paired up with somebody from New York, so I'm really excited to see what I get. I'm really excited for her to get the journal that I made too. Hopefully she likes it. I love it. I want to keep it, but I'm going to send it on its way. But yeah, my biggest fear is that she'll be disappointed, so I really hope that she likes it. So without further ado, let's take a look at the journal here. So I found this book. It was a book of poems at a thrift store, and it was I think it was like $1.49, and it was 50% off, and it had a plain cover on it, and lo and behold, when I took the cover off, it had this beautiful scenery on it. It's black and white, and it's stunning. So I didn't want to like totally cover this up because its beauty speaks for itself. And so I added this paper lace. It's a silver metallic paper lace, and I added a little side embellishment here, just a little fun, a little flirty, a little romantic. It's got some hearts on it. I made these pearl baubles. I'm not great at wire wrapping by any means, so they're not perfect, but hopefully she likes them. There's a couple lengths of chain and some rhinestones on there, so that's fun, a little romantic. If you watched my other video on my thrift store finds, this will be familiar. It is a pin that I got at the thrift store, and I'm using that as my closure. And I just used this piece of lace here to go around it, so that holds the journal closed. Okay, sorry, I had to turn on the light because it's getting pretty dark in here. I'm losing daylight. So here's the back of that pin and how that's secured on there. It's just two holes and then the pin goes through it. I embossed a piece of brown cardstock and made a little envelope and a little tag to go in there. It's light pink, and it has a piece of pink vintage lace on there. This is like a opalescence little tag here, and then I kind of did like a marbling on the back with the distressed ink in linen, and then added a linen rosette here with a little pearl in the center. For this journal, I kind of wanted it to be something that she could use for anything. Writing, photos, quotes. There's so much room to write in here, but I feel like there's just enough of extras to make it fun and interesting. On this page here, I don't know if you can see the roses are shimmery. I printed out a black and white photo from free to use on Google, and I took eyeshadow and colored in the roses with eyeshadow, and then sprayed it with hairspray so the eyeshadow won't come off. Here we just did a little embossing across the bottom there. Lots of room to write. There's another tag with another piece of vintage lace on it. I did some embossing on there too, and little band here with the burlap. Some staining. This is my first time that I ever did any coffee staining or tea staining, so it was pretty fun. I kind of experimented around with different teas and coffees, and wound up, you can't really see it, but the pages are actually tinted pink, which is awesome. They look great. I really like how it turned out. They kind of have like the coffee color on them in places, and then they're a nice lovely pink colored. So I did a tuck here with a little heart punch out of it. This tag, it's actually printed lace from some beads, and I just stuck another piece of vintage lace in there. I wound up scoring some awesome like reels of vintage lace for like 50 cents. So I got like 7 different laces and a ton of them. Like they're wrapped on there quite a few times. I have these left over from a different project I did. So there are a lot of them in here throughout the book. So a little place for her to take notes and maybe write a memory as it happens or something like that. I tied some little flower beads on the ends of the strings here. It's a little embellishment here. I made a little tag here, or flag. I just did a row of pearls, you know, something simple, again, romantic, feeling to it. You can put like a photo up here and maybe write information down here about the event that took place, or, you know, really whatever they want to. There's a lot of space to use. You might be able to see this one better. It's kind of that lilac and pink. And then where I dripped, you know, some more of that coffee in there. Just this page is like one of my favorites. It looks so nice. There's so much character on it. So I'm excited that turned out like that. I used the trimmings from this page to make a band, to bring some color to that black and white page more than just the eyeshadows that I used on there. I then embossed a tag here and used another piece of that great vintage lace. On here I used the Distress ink in walnut and buffed that around. Can be used, you know, for notes or poems, writing quotes. I put a little rose on here and a little flip down. And there's a little haiku in there. So I thought that was pretty neat. Do that, a little like surprise. The second signature here, I took one of the larger cards that I had left over and made a tuck. And I have these really cool tags. They're left over from a project, but they remind me of mermaid scales or something. I don't know. They're fun. They're pretty. And what girl doesn't like some shimmery pastels? So there's one on that side, and then there's one on this side. And this one has some of those darker blues in it, and so a little different, but then this one has some great character spots on it too when I was dyeing it, so that turned out really nice. I also put a poem in here by Sir Walter Scott. Again, you know, the heart and all the lovely stuff that goes along with that. And then on the back, the very famous Edgar Allan Poe with To Helen, which is one of my favorite works from Edgar Allan Poe. I did a little stamping on here, not much though. I didn't want to take away from this great paper. Like I said, like I see a lot of junk journals and they just have so much stuff in them, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool, but at the same time it's like, there's nowhere to write. I like my journals so I can write in them. But that's just me. So, like I said, hopefully the person I'm swapping with enjoys it. That I left so much space for her to be creative and actually be able to use and capture some memories in here and look back on it in 5 years and look at the fond memories. And yeah, so here's a little flag here that I made from some scrapbook paper. I did the stamp work on here. This is the distressed ink in, oh no, was it distressed? No, this is the photo distress ink. And then this back one here is linen, I believe. I can't remember. I stamped it. That's all that matters. And then here is just a plain tag. I put some lace on there just to kind of jazz it up a little bit, I guess you could say. Again, you know, I put some more of these cards in here and some more beads on the end of the ties here. This is a metallic gold. So we had silver in the first one, or silver on the outside and gold on the inside. Here's a big card, lots of room to write stuff in, and lots of space on this page. Here's a horizontal one, put stuff in there. This page I did the stamping on. I tea stained it and then stamped over it with the photo distress with a Stampin' Up! Stamp. And again, another tuck spot. More vintage lace. Another tag. It's got a, I don't know what kind of pattern you want to call that. But I added a little rose on there and some twine. And that is it. Another back page for, you know, writing everything, writing. And this one's got some really cool markings on it too. It's turned out super cool. I'm really happy with this. And again, these are pink. They're not really showing up pink on the camera, but they're like a rose-colored pink with, you know, bits of that brown coffee staining on them. And then I put a plastic, or I don't know what to call this, pocket on the back with some more of those cards on there. That way, if she wants to put other stuff in here, so she has it on hand while she's journaling, or so she can add things along the way, that's there too. But yeah, so I really like this journal. I really want to keep it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to send it because that's what we do on swaps. But yeah, like I said, it was really fun making. I really hope she likes it. I love it. But yeah, so yeah, if you like what you see, why don't you subscribe, like the video. Maybe leave a comment to let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what I can do to improve. I'm always looking for some constructive feedback. And you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time.